Hello everyone, Mr. Schultz here, and we're dealing with 4.6b, Applying Trigonometry, more specifically part 2 of 2. Make sure that you write your first name and your last name at the top, and you put your period number. Alright, so let's read this. Before we begin, make sure you put a star on one or two problems, and I will try to help you during class or in our learning management system. So we're going to be drawing a diagram and then analyzing that diagram. Example 3. Use two angles of elevation or depression. Garage. To estimate the height of garage, Carlos sights the top of the garage at 42 degrees angle of elevation. He then steps back 20 feet and sights the top of the garage at 10 degrees angle. If Carlos is 6 feet tall, how tall is the garage to the nearest foot? So let's draw the diagram. Alright, so here we go. So we have two unknowns right here. Let's call this height of the garage, y. Let's call this x. Alright, so what we can understand is the tangent of 42 degrees will equal the opposite over the adjacent. So this y over x. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve for one of our variables. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by x on both sides. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to multiply, or we're going to resolve this tangent of 42. So the tangent of 42 is going to be 0.9. So 0.9 times x, because that's the tangent of 42, times x, will equal y. Alright, well, this right here now is we have the opposite. We have a new triangle, the opposite over the adjacent. So the tangent of 10 degrees is now equal to the opposite y over x plus 20. So now with this one we can multiply, get y by itself. So we're going to multiply by x plus 20 on both sides. And we're going to figure out what is the tangent of 10 degrees. So we open up our handy dandy calculator. We just say, hey, the tangent of 10 is equal to 0.1, let's say 0.18. Alright. So x plus 20 times 0.18 is equal to y, because these cancel out. Alright, we're almost there. So if I multiply these out using the distributive property, saying, hey, I'm going to multiply this and this, I get 0.18x plus, well, whatever 20 times 18 is. Well, let's do it. Times 20. And I get 3.53. Let's put that, 3.53. So 3.53 equals y. Now, we can do the substitution property because y equals y. I can put 0.9x equals 0.18x plus 3.53 because I substituted for this value. Alright, now we just need to solve for x. So we're going to slowly but surely get x by itself. And so we get 0.8, 0.72. X is equal to 3.53. Divide by 0.72 on both sides. We will figure out what x equals. Alright? Divided by 0.72. So x equals 4.9. Alright. X equals 4.9, and technically it's going to be feet. But wait, How tall is the garage to the nearest foot? Well, y is this. So this is going to be 6 feet plus y. So I'm going to multiply 0.9 to our x value, and then that's y. I add 6 feet. So once again, I take my handy dandy calculator and I times x, which is this number, by 0.9. Now all I need to do is add 6. And it says, how tall is it to the nearest foot? Well, seeing how it doesn't get to 0.5, it's only going to be 10 feet tall. So the garage is 10 feet tall. That's it. But let's write in this final one. What did we do? So I figured out that I had to multiply 0.9 times 9 and then add 6. So this was the final thing. All right. So these are a little bit difficult for you. Go ahead and work on these, and I will help you out during class. Okay, guys? We're actually now going to go on to the next part of this, okay? So let's get these 3 right here. Let's go on to the areas of triangles. So let's say, for example, I have this. I have a triangle. Let's say I have this C right here. I'm doing this first one right here. I have these right here. The sine, so let's pretend this height right here. The sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse right here. So in this imaginary scenario, the sine of C would equal h over b because of a 90 degrees right there. Let's pretend that this would be a 90-degree angle. The opposite over the adjacent. So this would be the height over whatever that b is equal to. And we're saying the area will equal 1/2 a times b. And this is the sine of C right here. This is the sine of C. But wait, this is divided by b. So if we cross those out, this becomes 1/2 a, the base, times its height. That's where we come up with this formula. So you can either remember that and be like, all right, how do we come up with this, and like do some mental math or write it down, or just memorize this and let's go on. So let's do the first one. So remember, it's going to be the sine of the degrees times 1/2 the 2 legs. So the area is equal to 1/2 11 times 14. So let's do 14 times 11. And then we're going to do the sine of 54 degrees. That's it. All right, well, let's get our calculator out, clear it up. Half of 14 is 7. So I'm going to do 7 times 11. Well, that's 77. I don't need to do anything. So I'm going to do 77 times the sine of 54 degrees. And that will tell us our area. So our area would be 62.3, says to the nearest tenth. So 62.3. All right, so let's write this in. So this becomes 7 times 11. So 77 times sine of 54. Make sure you want to make sure you have this. So 62.3. So area is equal to 62.3 units squared. Now, when they don't give us the units of measurement, we're just going to say units squared. All right, hold up. Go ahead and work on the next 3. We'll actually do one more. Why not? So let's do this. Oh, I misnumbered this. Let's do number 15 right here. So once again, the area the area is equal to 1/2 of one of the legs times the other leg times the sine of 32 degrees. Okay, well, this becomes 9 times 15 times the sine of 32. So let's just put in our calculator. 9 times 15 times the sine, delete. That should be times the sine of 32 degrees. And we hit enter, and we get 71.5. All right, well, let's write it in. The area is equal to 71.5 units squared. All right, go ahead and do the next two. But we're going to go on to the next part in 3, 2, 1. All right, find the area of like any triangle. So once again, like if we can figure out what the other guy is, we can figure out, hey, we can figure out the area from using the sine. All right, well, looking at this, I have 96 and I have 48. So if I do 180 minus 96, that would give me 84. So then if I subtract by 48, I'll get the angle C is equal to 44. 44 minus 8, 36. So angle C is equal to 36 degrees. So now I just do, hey, the area is equal to 1/2 of the leg times the sine of 36 degrees. So that's going to be 7 times 8 times the sine of 36 degrees. So then 7 times 8 is 49, 56. So 56 times the sine of 36 degrees. So take out my handy dandy calculator and do 56 times the sine of 36 degrees. And that gives me the area is 32 point, wait, to the nearest tenth. Round up, no, 32.9. So I write it in. The area is equal to 32 point, what was it? 9 units squared. Alright guys, we're hitting 13 minutes, so let's hold up right here and show you that the rest of your homework is 20 and 21. You guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you guys enjoy your break that is coming up. Bye everyone.